I watched another movie. This one was a version of Anna Karenina. So I think I've only seen, I was looking at all the versions. There's obviously many versions. I think the only version I've seen is the Joe Wright version with Keira Knightley, which I dug. It was one of my favorite movies from that year. A lot of people hated it. Whatever. I haven't read the book. I don't know. I just judged it on a movie, and I enjoyed that one. But this one is by Clarence Brown. He did a lot of the famous films that Garbo is most known for. Like the bulk of her big performances were in Clarence Brown films, um, both silents and talkies. This is from 1935, so we're well into talkies at this point. And Garbo is the titular Anna. Vronsky, one of the main dirtbags in all of cinema and literature. It's played by Fredric March. He's a little too old. I think they're both a little too old, but it's fine. Sergei, Anna's son, is played by Freddie Bartholomew. He is so good. Oh, guys, I love him. He's probably my favorite of all of the like child stars from the old Hollywood era. You also have Basil Rathbone as Karenin, the jerk, and May Robson as Countess Vronsky, Frederick March's mother. You also have Reginald Owen, as well as Reginald Denny. Don't get them confused. As well as Maureen O'Sullivan, and it's quite a good film. It's not the most illicit version. You know, it's like not a pre-code, so they don't really get to have an affair, but they have an affair. And if you don't know the plot of Anna Karenina, who are you? But I'll tell you for a hot second. It's in 19th century Russia, and Anna is visiting her brother to convince her sister-in-law that just because her brother cheated on her doesn't mean she should leave him. She succeeds, but she stays for a ball, at which point she meets Count Vronsky and falls in love with him. And he falls hard for her and does most of the chasing. However, Anna is like, I have a son. I can't fuck this up. And Vronsky is like, I'm giving up my life. Why don't you give up yours? And the thing that always irritates me about this story is that the things Vronsky's giving up are nowhere near as catastrophic to his life as the things that that Anna's giving up, specifically her son. But also, like, when a woman's reputation, and this now too, but specifically back then, when a woman's reputation is lost, it's lost. When a man's reputation is lost, he can kind of build it back up. That's the double standard right there. And Vronsky is just like totally leaning into the fact that he can like fuck up his life for her for a hot minute and then go off to war and then become a hero again. Like, it's fine. So in the very beginning of the film, you see a worker accidentally get killed by a train. Anna sees this. She then gets into this catastrophic affair where she loses her entire life. Her husband refuses to divorce her, but he refuses to really be married to her. He tells the son that she's dead, but she comes back anyways because she's not dead, and blah, 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 blah. Eventually, she throws herself on a train and dies. That's the film. If you don't know that Anna Karenina dies jumping onto the train tracks, I don't know who you are. That's like one of the most well-known stories ever. This ending, I can't remember if it's in the other version or not, and I have no idea if it's in the book because I have not read that book yet. Russian literature is something I have not really tackled. Friedrich March is talking about, like, he feels really bad that the last time he saw her, he didn't give her any sign of warmth, and he was very cold to her, and his bro is like, nah, she probably forgave you, it's fine. And I'm like, she literally threw herself on your train. That is not her forgiving you. And the one problem with this film is that it shows, I think it lets everybody, including Anna, be a little too sympathetic. And they're all selfish jerks. Every single one of them. Vronsky, I think, the most selfish, followed very closely by Karenin. But Anna's no saint, and really the only thing that gives her any layers of depth is her love for her son. And that I liked in this, and that I liked in the Joe Wright version as well. But I think Garbo, as beautiful as she is, can't quite bring the passion and the abandon that Anna is supposed to have when giving herself up to Vronsky and losing her everything she's built for herself. Um, but it's an MGM film, so it's beautiful and lush, and Clarence Brown gets great performances from Garbo, so it's a very Garbo performance. Um, I enjoyed it. Beautiful score by Herbert Stothart. I was swept up by it. Great costumes. What are you gonna get from an MGM film with Garbo? I'm looking forward to watching the 48 version. It's much longer. This was only an hour and a half, and Anna Karenina, the novel, was like thick. Um, the Vivian Lee version from the 40s is over 2 hours, so I'm wondering if they get a little more into the depth of everything. Um, but anyways, this is Anna Karenina from 1935. It's on Watch TCM right now. It's on DVD from Warner Archive Collection. You can check it out. If you like Garbo, you'll like it. If you like Fredric March, you'll like it. And if you like hating Basil Rathbone, you can really hate his character in this movie, and that's always delightful. Anna Karenina, 1935.